So here's the thing. Here's what I recommend. Tony Robbins talks about this all the time. He talks about net time. Non-existent time is really, I think, what it stands for. But really what it's getting to is looking at how can I utilize my time more efficiently? Where am I wasting time? And that's what I really kind of want to hit on today, is looking at becoming an entrepreneur and changing the paradigm, the shift inside of your mind to become an entrepreneur. So here's how I did it, right? The first book I read to get my mind shifted was The 4-Hour Work Week from Tim Ferriss. If you've not read that book, highly recommend it. Still, it's effective for today's life as well. And it really takes your mind and says, wow, I can really actually have people doing what I do today as your job, and at the same time be working on my own company. Okay? And so what I want you to think about is when you're working out, when you're at the gym, what are you doing, right? Are you watching the TV, the game up on the top? What are you doing during that time? How often are you screen scrolling through Facebook or Instagram, trying to become the people that are on the Instagram channels or trying to become the people that are on the Facebook channels? That's not what we're doing. That's not going to get you anywhere. What's going to get you somewhere is gaining knowledge, gaining impact, and servicing others in this world today. And how you do that is you learn, right? You educate yourself. You educate yourself through really great content of podcasts, of books, of audibles, and trainings just like you're watching here today. And here's a big moment for you guys, is look when you're watching these trainings, when you're watching or listening to these audible books, or while you're listening to a training such as this. Ask yourself, right now, am I receiving actionable content? That's the question you should always be asking yourself. Am I receiving actionable content? Those are the mentors, the podcasts, the books, the live streams that you need to be watching. Everything else, in my opinion, is fluff. Absolute fluff and a waste of time. So that's also going back to the old same thing of when I scroll through a Facebook newsfeed, is that fluff or is that actionable content that I can take and I can go make money from, right? I can monetize that information, right? Who are the people that you're watching, that you're listening to, that you're wanting to become? Are they in it for them? Or are they in it for you, my friends? And you see, that's the stuff that I'm looking for. And so as you start to shift your mindset from driving to work, driving home, working for the man, versus how do I create a supplement income that I can take my job away and create my own income? You see, I see an entrepreneur income more secure than I do working for someone else. And why is that? Because any day now, that boss can walk through, that manager can walk through and say, hey, sorry, today you're gone. In the snap of a fingers. And just like that, you're laid off. Just like that, no longer do you have paychecks. And just like that, no longer is there health insurance or their benefits coming in. Just like that, that so-called golden handcuff secure job that you had is in smoke. Whereas an entrepreneur, you know you can go out and you can get money. You can go out and you can monetize offers. You can go out and monetize services and products. You see, that's the opportunity that you as an entrepreneur have, and you need to go out and get it. But what it all comes back to is making sure that you're educating yourself with the right material and the right training that takes you from where you're at today and always takes you to the next step, the next step, the next step. We're at a moment where you can have that option to say, you know what, today we're taking off. Friends, today we're going on vacation. Family, hey, let's pack our bags, let's go somewhere, let's go have a good time because we worked really hard. We've become a success. So that's what we're here to do. So appreciate the likes, appreciate the love here. You guys are awesome. So here's the thing, is that's why we're doing here on Marketing Mondays, right? We're installing the vision of what it means to work on your own company, right? Work for yourself. How do you start making dollars versus checks? Does that make sense? How do you start making your own money versus relying on someone else to pay you? How do you start paying yourself? That's the number one question that you look for. And it all comes from educating yourself by the right training, the right tactics, the right strategies, and listening to mentors that give you actionable items versus fluff. That's exactly what I'm telling you here today. So make sure you're doing that. You know, a good friend of mine, Perry Belcher, he always said from stage, and this was one thing I always remember from him, is he goes, you know, a millionaire might go bankrupt, but within 2 years, he will become a millionaire again. And the reason is because he already has the knowledge. He has the know-how to become a millionaire. And that was a really important key to myself. I said, that makes sense, because if I can go out and I can educate myself and I can gain the knowledge that I need to become a millionaire, and something goes wrong, something goes haywire, the economy blows up, whatever, the one thing they cannot take from me is what's in here until I'm dead, right? So as long as I live, that knowledge stays in here, and I can go implement that knowledge over and over and over again to get to where I was if something would go haywire. I don't know if that's necessarily true in a job standpoint. You get what I'm saying? So my friends, go out, start looking for opportunity in podcasts, look for opportunity in books, look for opportunity in trainings like this. We have a free training, like 50 free trainings on Unstoppable Core on TreyLewellen.com. If you've not watched those are actionable items that you can start doing today to start making money, start making supplement income as it is today. That's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate you guys being on here. We are on here. We are rocking and rolling. This is what we do is every Monday, we're here to give you guys education, free education. We're not asking for anything, right? We're just showing up. We're showing up at 11 a.m. I hope you're showing up too. We're going to keep rocking these, keep giving you guys massive value that you can take away and little action steps that you can go and say, you know what? That's a great idea. When I'm in the gym, I'm going to start listening to motivational content. When I'm in the shower, I'm going to have a little Bluetooth speaker that plays an audiobook. On the drive to work and the drive from home, I'm going to listen to Jim Rohn or Tony Robbins and get motivated, get pumped up, get jacked up so I can install in myself the entrepreneurship that I am at heart, right? So that's what I'm looking for is where can I start gaining more time that I'm thinking that I'm losing, right? So scrolling through Facebook, man, when you catch yourself scrolling through Facebook, stop it, right? Hit it. Do something else, right? Start reading a book, listen to an audible tape, listen to a podcast, start press and play. I'm guilty as well, right? I would get in the car in the morning, I'd be headed to the office here, and I would find myself just driving in silence. I'm like, what did I do? I just wasted 30 minutes of silence. Got in my head, I'm all screwed up by the time I get in. I need to listen to motivational content. And what's crazy about me is I noticed something, a habit that I had, is that I was too lazy to plug in my phone. This is crazy. It's a true story. I was too lazy to plug in my phone, go to the little iTunes app, press play on an Audible or whatever, or a podcast, and then listen to it. That was me. I was too lazy to do that. So I said, you know what? I need to break this habit. I need it to where every time that I press the ignition button in this car or any car, right, it automatically starts playing. And so what I had my team do was for the Maserati, it has a little chip insert. And so I said, hey, you know what? Put Jim Rohn, put Tony Robbins on there, put Zig Ziglar on there. And so that way, anytime that I start that car, right, that chip's already in play. And as soon as I start the car, Jim Rohn's on the speakers, or Tony Robbins on the speakers, or Zig Ziglar's on the speakers, preaching to me of how to be an entrepreneur, preaching to me of the person that I am to become, right? The lion that's inside me. So I encourage you to do the same, right? Anywhere you're at, anywhere that you can see that you can do two things at the same time, plug and play, right? Information into your brain. Your brain's just waiting for it to get more food. Feed it. It's hungry. Guys, my name's Trey Lewellen. Thanks again for being here on Marketing Mondays at 11 a.m. Central Time. Let me know a big takeaway from today in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have fun.